We're here at Mid Ohio. It's the first day of the weekend. We are just coming off of a great second place at Indianapolis last weekend. So it's a back-to-back weekend. So you don't really have a lot of time to relish in all the glory. And after all, it was second place, it wasn't first. So, you know, we want to try and improve that score. I guess I would give myself a B, not a B minus, not a B plus. Everything kind of went really well the whole weekend. The only reason I give myself a B is because I did make a big mistake during the race. You know, when I was catching the leader, I went off the end of the front straightaway. You know, if I had 5 more feet back, I would have made the corner and everything would have been good, and who knows what would have happened in the end. I made a big mistake, and you learn from those. I just got caught out with traffic and didn't brake as hard as I normally do in that braking zone, and it cost me about the 5 feet that I needed to make that corner. So, but overall, every session was textbook. One thing good is we're at Mid Ohio, and I was just here like 5 weeks ago, so you know, this place is fresh in my mind. In fact, we didn't even go out in the morning session, test session here, because I do know the track fairly well. It was a green racetrack, hasn't been rubbered in. I don't want to use up the car unnecessarily. I want to use this car and run it hard when it counts.
I set your TC and ABS back to 3 and 3.
Okay, I think I'll start out 4 and 4 until I get all those marbles off the tires.
Control the grid. Go for grid. Yes, sir. 1 minute, your minute. Copy. 1 minute, my minute. Cars on the racetrack, cars on the racetrack. That was 129.7. Okay, yeah, I'll be in on this lap. We'll be ready.
You know, we're running the tires that we raced on here for IGT. We ran 2 races, 14 laps apiece, so that's 28 laps, plus all the practice at Indy on those tires. We kind of were forced into that because we were going to run our race set that we ran at Indy with. They had 49 laps on them because we qualified. And they're in a little better shape, but we have a flat tire on one of them, so, you know, best laid plans of mice and men, right? We had a big plan, but it didn't work out. Tires weren't cooperating. So we just ran the old set on enough fuel for the end of the race, like last 10 laps. To just get warmed up. The first half of that session, came in, bled the tires down, then went out, and you know, we're third quick. We're a half a second off second place, and you know, a second off of first place. See, there's the best: 28.5, 28.7, 29 flat, 29. Those are all after we came and bled the tires down. Ran a 29.7 before I came in on the 8th lap. Came in, bled them down. So, yeah, I mean, we got right down with the program. Every session that we go out in, we don't just go out and run and practice and then come in and build. We have a mission involved in every practice session, a goal involved. And just like, you know, our session that we have this morning, We're going out with used tires, the race set of tires that we ran on at Indy. And we've got about what would be considered 10 laps worth of fuel, like there's 10 laps left in the race. I want to know, and the timing, the time of day is going to be the time of day that our race is going to be in 3 days' time. And so this is kind of a last 10 lap simulation of what we're going to see in the race. This car didn't go back to our shop in Nashville in Franklin, Tennessee to get prepped for this race. We left it in Indy. We prepped it at Indy on the Sunday, the day after our race, as best we could. You know, we did alignment, got wheels and tires changed, that type of thing. And in our inspection of the brakes, and in particular the rotors, there's some cracks in the rotors. So they're brand new rotors. I broke them in the session before we qualified for the race at Indy. These rotors are meant to go 24 hours. So we're a little surprised that, you know, we've got an issue right now with our front brake rotors. You know, it is a testament to how hard we ran and how hard I was pushing. You know, I was braking at the maximum with this car. And quite frankly, you know, we've had 150 pounds added to the car as a balance of power, a BOP. So we're pushing more weight, and especially running on full tanks. You know, this car is a pretty heavy car full of fuel and with the ballast added. So, you know, that's harder on brakes, and you know, we're seeing the ramifications of that. Go do 5 laps and out.
Okay.
And that's it.
Looking good out there. Your best time is a 127.8. P2 in class is a 128.0.
Yeah, you ran a 27.8, and still P1 laps of us riding up here, so.
We were?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought Bowden went 27 flat or something. Oh, okay, I misheard you.
There was a 28 flat.
Oh, okay. Oh, so I'll take that. I think its comfort level is what I've been learning. I get comfortable with a certain speed. It's like climbing levels, you know, you on a video game, you make it to this level and it's like, oh wow, I really accomplished something. Pretty soon that becomes boring. It's kind of the same way here. You come up a level and you go, wow, you know, I'm going pretty fast. Well, you get comfortable with that and then you push it a little harder and now you're going faster. That's kind of what I'm experiencing now. I'm really getting used to the car. I'm really getting used to racing again, wheel to wheel. I'm just, it's a thinking man's game as well as a skill level that it takes to be successful. Dave said something pretty important. He says, it's pretty nice, you know, when you run and you're one of the first people out of here when your car's ready to go for in the morning and you're leaving, everybody else is working. That's a good thing. I want to bet him in, get him cooled off, and see if I can't squeeze off a lap.
Yeah,
And
okay.
just a decent one.
Yeah.
You know.
Plenty of time to do that.
Yeah,
so.
a 30 to get it done.
Yeah.
So it's Friday. It's official now. We're deep into the weekend. This morning practice, we've got to bed in rotors and brake pads because we cracked both front rotors that were brand new for Indy. It's a long race, hot, and so we have to replace them. The only time to do it is in this first practice session before qualifying. So that's the only thing we can do. So this practice session is going to be a wash.
Yeah, we need to go about 700 Fahrenheit, so got a ways to go.
And it takes a lot of heat to do that out on the racetrack when everybody's out there trying to go fast. I'm out there going slow, trying to bed in pads and stuff.
Go ahead and bring it in this lap. We'll check the temp on those rotors.
We were able to get that done while my competition is is out there getting faster and faster and faster. So, you know, that's fine with me because I know what I have underneath me.
128.7, which has a P3. Number 2 is 127.4, and a 127.0 is P1. For that, we should still have some more time. We can let those cool off, see where we're at in class here once it's cooled off a little bit. Maybe do another couple if we want to.
There was a yellow flag out there, so might as well come in. Still weren't up to temp, so I had to go back out, get them hot even more. And by that time, now I came in to let them totally cool. So now the brakes are bedded. Mission accomplished number 1. And we were trying to go out and set a decent time. We were already P3 with the time that I had set at 28.7, something like that. I was trying to do a little better, so we'd be P3, you know, who knows. But then there was a wreck out there.
Dropped to P4 by just a little bit there, and unfortunately we ran out of time with this going off track there with the most other cars.
It is what it is. We're 4th. We'll, you know, first 3 guys, let them go, and then we'll chase them, and maybe we can get a good time in qualifying. The best time here starts 1st, 2nd, 3rd, that type of thing for qualifying in our class. So you don't want to be too far back, or else you're picking your way through slower guys.
Okay, here we go. SGT and GT coming out for their 20-minute qualifying session. We're coming out to no flags. Cars on the racetrack, cars on the racetrack.
At 128.2 laid down. Nice work, you took P1 at 127.6. So laid down a 126.5. That was a 126.6. That's a 1/10 of a second behind P1. 1/10. You ran a 126.6. He ran a 126.5. 3rd place is a 126.8. So you're 2/10 up on him.
That's pretty cool. It's a tight grid. That's awesome. Yeah. 1st, 2nd, and 3rd qualifying spots are within 4/10 of a second. I mean, I'm 7/100ths of a second off a pole, so it's that tight. So it's going to be fun. It's strategic, and yet you still got to drive a qualifying lap every single lap, and this is a 46-lap race. I'm the frosting in the middle of another fall line Oreo sandwich cookie. Best case scenario is for me be side by side with Bowden going in there, and then I've got the inside for the left-hander. Yep. If not, you know, if I end up 3rd, I end up 3rd, and we'll just have to outrace them.
Getting ready for 46 laps of racing here at Mid Ohio, and for that most famous word in auto racing, Tim Shearer from First Energy. Driver, start your engine.
All cars are running. Pace cars slow roll to get them out. Once we get them all under the bridge, then we can assume our normal pace. This will be a 1 1/4 pace lap. Pace car will pit at the end of this lap. Go ahead and roll pace. Okay, 2nd green is underway. All right, we are racing. me out of the way.
I see that.
I was in third, and it's like, well, all right, I'll just settle into this now and see what happens.
Plenty of time for some good driving from you and for them to make a mistake here.
The leader of the race, Bowden, is, progressively getting quicker and quicker, and, the distance is growing and growing. In the meantime, I'm glued to the bumper of the second place guy. Tried out, brake him, get a draft going down the back straight, tried out, brake him. It was a no-go. He's defending pretty aggressively. It's like, So I'm still trying to size up the situation. At one point, I got too far away to make a move, and then 2 laps later, I was able to get close back up on his bumper and get another run on him down that back straight. He wanted to defend a little too aggressively. He touched several times, and he almost spun me out. Tore up our side blade,
Okay, Chief Steward Dorsey Schrader has noted 2 times incidental contact between 4-4 and 3-5. They would like for them to calm it down, 4-4 and 3-5. A little side to side, 2 tracks now, calm it down for 4-4 and 3-5, please.
We just got a little warning from the officials that we need to calm down the contest there.
Well, tell him.
I just told the official that 44 has moved in on you a bunch of times here.
It'll be a free time.
Other than that, I was able to get by him and then take off and check out. He was definitely slow under a heavy fuel load. We weren't exactly fast, but we were much faster than him. And once by him, I checked out. He's getting a lead, probably 2 seconds a lap. And, I made my move on lap 6, I believe it was. And by that time, he's got a 15-second lead on me. By the time I finally get past, 15 seconds, that's a lot. But when you can't see the leader, it's kind of tough to catch the leader.
He's been slowing down. He's run like 128, 129 now, so you've been running consistently 127, and you've been closing the gap. He's got a big gap from the start.
A gap behind me.
2.8 gap behind you.
I finally get to the halfway point of the race, and it's like, okay, now I know my fuel load is down. I've been saving my brakes, saving my tires, and on top of that, I see Kesman, who I'd just traded paint with, about 10 laps prior. I see him in my mirrors. I'm thinking, oh man, he's catching me. So it's time to go, and I just put my head down and start clicking some laps off to make sure that he never caught me. And as it turned out, I started really eating into the leader's lead, and then we got a caution. Yeah, we got the caution, and then I came on the radio and said, how many laps have we got left? He said 5. And I'm like, ooh, man, this could be a 1 lap, 2 lap shootout. And if I was catching the leader by a second, 2 seconds a lap, either he was on cruise control, which very well could have been, or his tires, he used up his tires early on to really put a big gap on, and he's in trouble.
Okay, we're 2.5 minutes to go. They will see the white flag this time by, waving white flag this time by. Pace car is staying out.
So I was just kind of licking my chops, you know, hoping they'd clean up the mess and we'd be able to go green. But as it turned out, they had to finish the race under yellow, and you know, I knew that the jig was up and second place was all we're going to get.
You know, I don't know. We're going to have to change our strategy or something, because we just can't afford to let the leader get away from us. Maybe qualify and pole next time. Let's try that. I always wanted to do that. You know, got to spray a little champagne. Haven't done that for a while. Pretty cool. Very, very happy. Very satisfied, but I won't be completely satisfied until we get our first win here.